We are back, folks.
Pete's power rankings. Take a look. He's got the Chiefs one, and at the very end, the Carolina Panthers with Bryce Young, who Pete says has not grown an inch this offseason.
Let's waste no more time and dive right into our Week 1 edition of the 2024 NFL Power Rankings. Number 32, Carolina Panthers. Last time's ranking, 32. The Panthers have already been dealt one frustrating blow, with rookie running back Jonathan Brooks having to be placed on the physically unable to perform list. Bryce Young and the new-look Panthers opened their 2024 season with a road game against the NFC South rival New Orleans Saints. Number 31, New England Patriots. Last time's ranking, 30. Despite a strong performance by Drake May in the preseason, the Pats are going with Jacoby Brissett as their Week 1 starter. It's a less risky play, but Brissett has physical limitations as a passer, so the Pats' ground game will have to carry the bulk of the load here. Number 30, Denver Broncos. Last time's ranking, 31. Bo Nix earned the starting job after crushing it in preseason play. Now we see if Sean Payton can unlock Nix's potential right out the gate. In a surprise move, the Broncos cut ties with standout wide receiver Tim Patrick and pass-catching RB Samaje Perine. Denver fans can only hold their breath and hope that the new look set of playmakers will be enough for Nix to produce. Number 29, New York Giants. Last time's ranking, 29. Expectations are awfully low for the Giants heading into 2024, but such is life when you lose your best offensive player, Saquon Barkley, and run it back with one of the league's worst starting quarterbacks in Daniel Jones. Prized rookie receiver Malik Neighbors and a stout front seven led by Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, and newcomer Brian Burns are the main reasons for optimism in the Meadowlands this year. Number 28, Tennessee Titans. Last time's ranking, 28. The Titans made 3 notable trades ahead of the roster cut deadline. Quarterback Malik Willis was sent to the Green Bay Packers, and quarterback Elijah Molden was sent to the Los Angeles Chargers. GM Rand Carthen made one more blockbuster addition by acquiring linebacker Ernest Jones from the Los Angeles Rams. Will Levis and the Titans kick off their 2024 season with a road tilt against the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams' NFL debut. Number 27, Minnesota Vikings. Last time's ranking, 26. Vikings fans just can't have nice things. First, they lose rookie QB J.J. McCarthy for the season after he underwent surgery to report a torn meniscus. Then, their superstar tight end had to be put on the PUP list, meaning he is out for at least 4 games. But, hey, at least Justin Jefferson will be worth watching again. Number 26, Washington Commanders. Last time's ranking, 27. Jaden Daniels won the starting job without issue and will debut against Baker Mayfield's Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 1. In one of the more surprising roster deadline moves, the Commanders also punted on 2022 first-round pick Jahan Dotson and traded him to the Philadelphia Eagles. Interesting, because the Commanders don't really have a true WR2 outside of Terry McLaurin. Number 25, Las Vegas Raiders. Last time's ranking, 25. Head coach Antonio Pierce named Gardner Minshew II the starting QB over sophomore Aiden O'Connell. Cross your fingers, Vegas fans, and hope that Minshew can actually be the answer here. I mean, hey, Minshew did well with the mess set of playmakers in Indianapolis last year, so maybe a career year awaits with Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, and Zamir White as his main weapons now. Number 24, Arizona Cardinals. Last time's ranking, 24. Not sold on the Redbirds quite being a playoff contender in 2024, but we are excited to see what a Kyler Murray, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., James Conner offense can do. Murray brought the Arizona offense back to life upon his return from a season-ending ACL tear last year. So, a full year with McBride and a future superstar at receiver in Harrison Jr.? Yeah, one thing's for sure. Arizona is not gonna be boring this year. Number 23, Seattle Seahawks. Last time's ranking, 22. Stud offensive lineman Abraham Lucas was placed on the PUP list to start the year, keeping him out for 4 games. And this is an O-line that lost Damian Lewis to Carolina in free agency. Geno Smith and company really got their work cut out for them, folks. Number 22, New Orleans Saints. Last time's ranking, 23. Aside from the Chase Young signing and the first-round selection of Oregon State defensive lineman Talisa Fuaga, it was a relatively quiet offseason in the Big Easy. The Saints are banking on new offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak to help Derek Carr's group build an identity after a frustrating 2023 season. Yeah, we're not exactly sold on Carr these days, but hey, the Saints' fortunes of playing in the NFC South means that a playoff spot is very much within reach this year. Number 21, Indianapolis Colts. Last time's ranking, 21. The Colts won 9 games last year, even though Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor combined to play just 17 games. So, if those two are healthy, the Colts are Sarah's sleeper team to monitor in the AFC. Here's hoping A-Rich can stay healthy after missing all but 4 games in his rookie year. Number 20, Los Angeles Chargers. Last time's ranking, 20. Justin Herbert is nursing a foot injury, and the Bolts screwed up last year by not having a suitable backup option in place. So GM Joe Ortiz acquired one of the league's best backups in Taylor Heineke via trade with Atlanta and bolstered their secondary by snagging Elijah Molden from Tennessee. Here's hoping Herbert is healthy though, and good to go for the season opener and Jim Harbaugh's LA debut against the Las Vegas Raiders. Number 19, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last time's ranking, 19. No significant trades, signings, or injury developments in Tampa. The reigning NFC South champs are running it back with practically the exact same core as last year. It's not going to be as easy though. The Bucs face a tougher schedule this year than they did last year and have a much more imposing divisional foe in the Atlanta Falcons, who are now the team to beat after they signed Kirk Cousins in free agency. Number 18, Chicago Bears. Last time's ranking, 18. All the talk in Windy City is about Caleb Williams and the Bears offense, and yeah, understandably so. But GM Ryan Poles made 2 savvy trades for ex-Seahawks pass rusher Darrell Taylor and former Browns defensive lineman Chris Williams. And with a full year of Montez Sweat there, the Bears front 7 has the potential to be one of football's very best. Number 17, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time's ranking, 16. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags have all the talent to be a Super Bowl contender this year. They should be a top 10 team, but they also could just be a bottom 10 team. Doug Peterson's group is middle of the pack for now until we get a better understanding of who they really are. Number 16, Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time's ranking, 15. The Steelers drop a spot here because they were unable to complete a trade for Brandon Ayuk. GM Omar Khan upgraded at QB this year, but who's the number 2 receiver behind George Pickens? Someone has to fill that void with Deontay Johnson long gone. Number 15, Los Angeles Rams. Last time's ranking, 17. A modest surprise to see the Rams trade Ernest Jones, but the move also signals Sean McVay's full confidence in his young guys. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt here. Unlike last year, the Rams' main core of players are all healthy heading into week 1. And the season opener does not get any juicier, with Matthew Stafford returning to Detroit again to take on the Lions in a rematch of last year's thrilling wildcard round game. Number 14, Atlanta Falcons. Last time's ranking, 14. Kirk Cousins takes over as the captain of their star-studded offense. Expatriate star Matthew Judon is gearing up to form a super pass-rushing duo with Grady Jarrett. If the Falcons live up to their potential, they're going to win the NFC South and emerge as a Super Bowl contender in the NFC. Number 13, Miami Dolphins. Last time's ranking, 13. The good news? Head coach Mike McDaniel was handed a well-deserved contract extension that runs through 2028. The bad news? Top pass rusher Bradley Chubb and number 3 wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. are opening the season on the PUP list. Miami has enough weaponry to survive OBJ's absence on offense, but Chubb's trip to the list puts the vulnerable defense in another bind. Number 12, Buffalo Bills. Last time's ranking, 12. One of the more compelling stories entering the regular season is how the Buffalo offense will function without Stephon Diggs. Can Josh Allen get it done with Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling as his wide receivers? And will the giant overhaul on defense actually pay off? Stay tuned. Number 11, Dallas Cowboys. Last time's ranking, 11. Well, Jerry Jones finally got the CeeDee Lamb contract done with. And in terms of all-in moves, he signed a 4-time Pro Bowler. That Pro Bowler being past his prime RB, Dalvin Cook. So, yeah, the Dallas backfield will be Cook and Ezekiel Elliott? That would have maybe been epic like 5 years ago, but whatever. You do you, Jerry. You do you. Number 10, New York Jets. Last time's ranking, 10. As we saw last year, the Jets season depends entirely on a healthy Aaron Rodgers. If he plays the entire season, the New York will be a legitimate contender for the Super Bowl in the AFC. Arguably the juiciest matchup of Week 1, Rodgers and the Jets versus his boyhood team, the San Francisco 49ers, on Monday Night Football. Number 9, Cleveland Browns. Last time's ranking, 8. The Browns drop one spot here because of the unfortunate news that Nick Chubb will miss at least the first 4 games of 2024. Jerome Ford did an admirable job in Chubb's place last year, but the latter has been top 5 RB since his 2018 rookie year. The Browns need Deshaun Watson to actually play like a $230 million man more than ever. Number 8, Green Bay Packers. Last time's ranking, 9. Losing stud running back A.J. Dillon for the season really stings. But it's a good thing the Pack signed a star running back and Josh Jacobs to lead the backfield. The offense is still set up nicely with Jordan Love and his young receiving core. If Christian Watson can just stay healthy for a full year, there is no telling how much this Green Bay offense will take off. Number 7, Cincinnati Bengals. Last time's ranking, 7. Like the Jets and Rodgers, the Bengals are a Super Bowl contender so long as Joe Burrow is on the field. But if he isn't, they're like a middle-of-the-pack team. So hold your breath, Bengals fans, and just hope that Burrow can stay healthy this year. Number 6, Houston Texans. Last time's ranking, 6. What does Houston do for an encore after shocking the NFL last year with 10 wins in a division crown? The arrivals of Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, and Danielle Hunter raised the bar of expectations for CJ Stroud's squad, who definitely have all the tools to be a championship contender. Number 5, Baltimore Ravens. Last time's ranking, 5. So here we go. How does Lamar Jackson respond from having his second MVP season dashed on his home field by the Kansas City Chiefs? The Ravens can't ask for a better Week 1 challenge with a trip to KC in the NFL kickoff game. Number 4, Philadelphia Eagles. Last time's ranking, 4. The Eagles are loaded with superstar talent, especially on offense. It's about clearing the mental hurdles and regaining the confidence and swagger that made them a near champion 2 years ago. Number 3, Detroit Lions. Last time's ranking, 2. For the first time in, well, possibly ever, really? The Lions enter an NFL season with legitimate Super Bowl aspirations. Dan Campbell's group has the pieces to win a championship. They were this close to a Super Bowl appearance last year. So let's see if they can learn from the heartbreaking NFC title game loss to San Fran and finish the job this time. Number 2, San Francisco 49ers. Last time's ranking, 3. With the Brandon Ayuk drama finally resolved, the 49ers take back the number 2 spot ahead of Week 1. So, with the core now back together, Kyle Shanahan's squad can focus on the redemption tour following last year's gut-wrenching Super Bowl loss to Kansas City. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. Last time's ranking, 1. The defending champions got even richer ahead of Week 1, bringing back old friend Juju Smith-Schuster following his release from New England. Final checks have been cleared. Patrick Mahomes and the defending champs are locked, loaded, and ready to begin on the three-peat. So, there you have it. Our official Week 1 power rankings now locked in. But what changes would you make to our Week 1 power rankings? What do you think we got right here? What do you think we got wrong? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.